Hello? Okay. Twitter! Oh man, gotta get into all the Twitters. Alright, hello to everyone who's in here already. Trying to tweet this. Okay, how do I share this live video? God. The first couple times live streaming is kind of confusing. Share. What does this do? Does this do it? Sign with Twitter? Oh god. Am I doing this right? Path authorize. Okay. Okay. Alright. Share now. Great, this has been posted. Wait. I think everything that goes through Twitter comes back here. Okay. Alright, let's see if I know what I'm doing. Tweets? Am I doing this right? Okay, cool. Alright, welcome, audience. I'm going to also make sure that this time streaming Okay, so I'm pretty sure that was reverbing because I could hear my voice, so you might have been able to hear my voice twice. So introduction, hi, hello, I'm Yanni. I'm doing all the coding stuff for this game. I'm going to be working on some game mechanics, some of the core game mechanics today. I think I might actually work on how the galaxy is built. I have a couple ideas in my head. I might actually sketch them out first. So people who don't code or wondering, how do you code for a game or anything like that, I'm just going to kind of go through my methodologies, and I'll try to explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it, just kind of from almost like an educational standpoint. If anybody has any questions, definitely please feel free to drop them. If anybody just wants to say anything kind of as we're going, definitely plop in and say what's good. And yeah, so we'll get started in just a second. So I'm going to just open up Photoshop. Let me just put it on the correct monitor. Okay. So let me think about how I want to do this. So basically, in the game so far, we have our, where are my layers? Layers, where are you? It says that they're open. Oh, they're all the way over here. So far, we have like a little spaceship, and then we have a couple planets, and I basically want to generate the universe, so to speak. So I'm thinking about doing this in a wrapped 3x3 grid, and kind of see what that would kind of look like. Okay. And each of these grids, I'm going to call these my galaxy grids. Okay, and they will include, my galaxy grids will include 100 planets. Make this smaller. They will include potential events, gas stations, random treasure, art, concepting, galaxy grid system. I actually don't think that there's much more that I want to, save. I don't think there's much more that I want to list directly there. And let me make sure that I share this cute thing to my own Facebook wall. Host. I don't know why. It's like streaming on Twitch almost seems easier, but I feel like streaming on Facebook is like a better idea. Okay. So pull this in. Okay. And I'm just gonna pull up Unity, and then I'm just gonna start ahead. Now, last time that I streamed, I did a couple of things. I worked on the fuel system. So now when you fly around, it uses up your fuel, which is pretty cool. And when you go to a planet, it stops. So I'm stopped. How come I haven't seen you here before? So it just starts going through the communication prompts. I think I left my kitchen stove on. Would you be interested in purchasing the finest fuel in the galaxy? take it or leave it. Either way, just leave my planet. So I had a couple of communication prompts, and then it automatically purchased. Since then, I've actually created a yes or no for fuel. So it says fuel's 10 gold. Do you want to purchase? Yes or no. If I hit no, it doesn't use any of my gold. Doesn't give me any fuel either. So this time I'm going to purchase gold, purchase fuel, which is great. So last time I had just done the fuel bar, but then I started working on the purchasing mechanic. So now I'm actually going to take a look at my guy. So since I want to create a grid system, I'm going to create a new game object for that. I'm going to call it Galaxy Manager. I have all my managers right here. I have a fuel manager, which I have to increase fuel, decrease fuel, use fuel. I have a level manager, which I'm only using as a testing environment. I was using it previously to spend and make gold, so you can make gold. And then my conversation manager doesn't have anything in it, but I think I basically want to give different planets different types of personalities, so the conversations they generate, I'm probably going to manage up on here. Oh, here's my cat. Love you, Aki. Aki wants the code too. He's going to bite me. He's going to bite me. Okay, maybe he's not. All right, cool. So, peak live viewers have been 1. This is insane. Thank you, person. Thank you. Oh, I just love kissing my cat. It's so great. If you haven't kissed your cat, you're missing out. Audience engagement. So I think no one has commented. If you have, I don't see it's commented. Maybe I just need to open it up in an incognito tab to see what's really going on. Okay. So, yeah, it doesn't. Ow! Oh, my cat bit me. Daniel bit my finger. He didn't. Bye, Aki. That's so great. Nope, not now. Okay, so I'm gonna do my best to keep an eye out on who's saying anything. So I have my eye out on that one viewer who's there. Hello, viewer. All right. Jesus. Oh my God. What kind of world am I living in? Cat just jumping on me. My cat loves me. He loves his papa. Okay. What are all these things? Dog slushy. I actually worked on some music yesterday. I have a pretty cool idea on how to do music for our game. Now, Greg, who is the artist, is a stellar musician as well. Oh yeah, and then I have the galaxy system. So the galaxy system doesn't have anything in here. And I know that I basically want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and wrap it. So when you hit the end, it brings you back here. So we'll see how that works. So I'm going to be completely honest. I've never really worked with arrays. I usually do things pretty potato. So I'm going to just try doing, I think I might just try doing an array for this. So array add range, array get, array set. Set the value at index. Index must be between 0 and 1. Array shuffle, array transfer, compare logic, get arrays, add array. So this will add an item into my array. Array contains, array get random, gets a random item from the array, array length, gets the number of the array. I want to set my array. What happens when I add these other numbers? No? Index 3? Okay. Oh, I can't just create my array from there? Interesting. Sort items, array, transfer a value from one array to another, array compare. Definitely array range. Yes, I think array range is what I want. I'm assuming it's a vector to the array that I'm building. Array. No, is it? What kind of value is an array? Is it a string? Oh, maybe an array is an array. Okay, cool. So, galaxy array. Please note, haven't done arrays before. I did a really long time ago, but it's been a while since then. So this might be ugly. Okay. So variables, 3, 4, 2. Oh my god, what are you? Error editing field cannot cast from source type to destination. Learn more. Oh! Okay. I'm not worthy. Alright, obviously I did this wrong. I'm just gonna do 2 quick test variables in this array, and it looks like, oh my god, my shit is getting messed up. Oh my god, Unity, don't crash. Oh my god, this is stopped. Oh my god. Okay. Obviously, I'm doing something wrong. Maybe the script that I'm using is slightly broken. Maybe I'm broken. Yeah, so I can't look at my variables, and that's pretty weird. Okay, so they're float variables. So in this instance, arrays are floats. Okay, alright, we can do this. Alright. Okay. So I'm just gonna name some variables here. So number of planets. Well, technically, the array I'm looking for is a grid. So yeah, number of planets per grid, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna call this. Ooh, I'm gonna call this galaxy grid. Yeah, that sounds cool. Galaxy grid F. So basically saying how many planets are on this galaxy grid. Okay, cool. I think that makes sense. Okay, so I want there to be a 9 grid. So I'm just setting the variable by default. And number of planets. Wait, I'm pretty sure I'm doing this wrong. Okay, whatever. Alright, so let me back in here. Add. I'm going to add to the array. I'm going to add. What does this do? Let me just see what this code does. Okay, let me pull that back up. This is kind of confusing. Okay, so my array, I added a 1 to it. Oh, so this is a single array. 0, 9, 2. So I think what I want to do do I make a bigger array? Oh, and I can have whatever type of array. Dodoy Morty. Man. I kind of want to do string, but let's try vector 3. Okay. So this means, I guess it starts with none. So I'm gonna do 1, 3, and 4. Add planets. I could be wrong, and I could be wrong doing this. Okay. And I'm just basically just running some tests here. I'm just running some tests. Oh my god. Okay. So yes. So I added the first part of that. Let me just try adding a second one. Okay. And arrays are like pretty simple things. It's just like I just haven't really used them all that much. I do things just slightly differently. Oh boy. Oh boy. I think we have. Do we have one full viewer in here? We're doing it. We're doing it. I'm not. I'm just a little confused. Total shares, total comments. Oh, so here are where the comments are. Okay. We are at a solid 1 for comments. Not bad, not bad. Oh no, for shares. Okay. So we have 2 people live. It might just be me because I have it on 2 different screens. I'm not 100% sure. All right, so I was looking at this code. So let's see here. So now my array has 2 things. Okay, so sweet. So I'm starting to understand how anything works because now I smart. So if I have the array as a vector 3. So I think I actually want a few arrays. I think I want there to be I kind of want there to be okay, I'm just going to add a second array. I'm going to call this galaxy array, and then S for string. So I'm cool like that. So let's make this string, and I'm going to try to like fake my own JSON or something like that. So now I have this. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to call this one for float. So I have my first galaxy array, that's actually a vector 3. So I just want to try to be a little bit good about how I'm doing these tests. Because I'm trying to think out like how I want to do all of this. So I have the vector 3. The vector 3. The vector 3. Now I'm using my array string. So I'm going to actually also call this array v3. v3 for 3 vectors. Cool. Gotcha. Empty. It's so empty. Oh, and I guess I could actually make this not empty and make it like size 9. Yeah, that's cool. That's actually almost easier to see. So if there's 9 quadrants, I got the 9 vectors. And this one I want to be. Does that mean it adds to the end of that vector? Okay. So, yes, so it adds to the end of that. So, okay, I don't want, I'm going to start it off at 0, because what I'm doing is I'm actually adding to the end. Okay, so add value. So now I'm actually going to build my string. Okay, so there's 2 ways I can build the string. Build the string from other strings. Separator is optional, can be inserted after or in between. Sure, let's do this one. So I wish I could change what that element's called. So we are going to have in here string for number of planets. We're going to have a string for shit. Trying to think, because I want them to always be in the same. say position of galaxy. Number of planets, position of galaxy. And then I'm going to call this combine galaxy. Oh, galaxy info string. Okay. So string is just a string of characters. Okay, so galaxy info. Okay, and I also have to, I'm going to choose a random string. So now I can say number of planets is either 1, 2, or 3. And these are string values. These aren't like true numbers. Number of planets. Also, this isn't the possible best way to do it. Oh, and then the position for each should be incremental. So I'm kind of going to cheat here. Oh, shit. Okay, so really what I want to do is into string, and in this I'm basically going to create a position of galaxy x. I'm probably making this way too hard on myself. Yeah, hold on a second. Position of galaxy into string. Position of galaxy. Is that right? So and this is a lot of stuff that I'm probably just doing like trial and error for. So position of galaxy. So I'm trying to define where this first part of the galaxy is going to be, and then how many numbers of planets are on that specific one. So we're starting off the position. Oh, that should probably be. Oh. I should probably build. Oh my god. Fuck. My apologies for all the kids in the room. So the position of the galaxy should actually be a vector 2. Vector 3. Because give up vector 3. Because what I actually want to do, and I'm just going to do it over here because I'm kind of starting to confuse myself. Set add array. Okay, so now I'm adding the position. So I want to set vector 3 xyz xyz. Okay, so I'm basically saying I always want it to be 0, and then the x and the y. Probably making this way too complicated. Set. x, galaxy position y, and then 0. So position of galaxy. So I'm setting the position of the galaxy to here. So the x position will be 0. So set pretty sure that I'm going to leave the y as a 0. Oh, there. X. Okay. This is going to make sense, guys. I haven't really done arrays. I apologize if none of this makes any sense whatsoever. So I'm starting at 0, cool. And then this is starting at 0, cool. So galaxy position, vector 3. Set x. So I basically, every time I come here, I'm going to add 1, and then I'm going to set the vector. So I'm going to leave that other stuff down here, and I'm just going to start fresh. So I'm going to start off by setting to 0, 0. So I'm setting the first series of the vector. Then I'm actually going to come in here and do a compare float for the vector for x. So I want it so that when x is 3, I want it to add row. Add row. And it's going to come back down in here. Okay, and then I like using the event of next. Simple enough. So here, I've set first set initial position for galaxy. That's what this does. I'm going to call this init for initiate. Sometimes I start the starting one with set value. This one, it sets the x position. So now I've chosen 0, 0, 0, which is what it's going to do, and then now it's going to add 1, and it's going to go 0, 1, 0. And then after I have it go 0, 1, 0, I'm going to have it come up here and check it. Oh, okay. So have we reached 3? If we have reached 3, so it's created 3. Now I want it to add a new row, and then this is going to pop back in. And this is also going to check compare float. And this is also going to float add 1. So I'm basically adding in a row. Position y. I'm actually going to change this to, like, I don't need this whole big thing. I can just do this instead. So operator is cool because you can subtract, multiply, divide, add, min, max, but I actually don't really need to do that. Set x position, cool. Or actually, technically, add x position. And this one is, wait, no, x position, y position. Adds to y, and then it checks, hey, wait, no, yeah, I have to do the second. Then it says, hey, is the y 3? If it is, end galaxy creation. End galaxy creation. And put it right there. Wait. Galaxy has been created. End. Okay. Add row. Check if. Oh my god. X is greater than 3. It's technically not greater than 3, but if it's less than, next. If it's greater than, add row. If it's equal to, add row, question mark. And then here, if it's less than, we're going to do next. Sorry, it's equal, next. If it's less than, next. And then it's greater than, end galaxy. So I've done a bunch of stuff which probably seems a little bit confusing because I was a little bit confused too, but I'm hoping that this does exactly what I want it to do. So I'm just going to look here. If we look under position of galaxy, that's a vector 3, but I'm actually looking for my array. So galaxy array, wait, I'm going to have a couple arrays in here. What am I storing this into? Position of galaxy vector 3. Which I then want to add to the array. Wait, yeah, galaxy array v3. So I'm going to call this array position. So this array has 0, so it should have 9 when it's done. So let's see real quick. And everything happens pretty lickety split. So we have 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 2, 0, 0, 3, 0, 0. 4, 0, 0. Aha, this actually kept going up and it's actually stopped at 6. So that tells me two things. That tells me that I need to reset my x here, set float value, set my x to 0, reset x. And the reason I'm resetting x is because I want it to go 1, 2, 3, and then reset to 1, 2, 3, and then reset to 1, 2, 3. Because this is my x, and this is my y, right? Yeah, so 0, so 1, 2, 3 for my y. So this would be 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, or whatever. Okay, so, and this is definitely wrong too. So less than, so equal to is actually n galaxy. And I think that still might be wrong, but I'm kind of troubleshooting the first part. Alright, so 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, and then we have again 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, and then 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, which is really cool. Now I actually don't know if I care about having the 0, 0, 0 in there, which I set initially. So I'm going to actually remove that for now, because I don't even think I want that. But I'm going to leave that there just in case. It's never necessarily good to delete code, but comment it out, and that's basically the way I comment it out. So 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2. Okay. So 1, 0, 2, 0. Technically, I should probably start at a 0-based array. So, and I kind of am. So I'm going to turn this back on, and then turn this to 2, and then turn this to 2, and I think that will change that. 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0. Oh, and then I want this number to be 1. Why did I do this wrong? Oh, because it always adds first. So I'm actually splitting off that add. That'll actually fix that. Yeah, that should fix that. Zero, 0. No! Okay, so I no longer need this. Okay, let's check my array. 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 0, 1. Alright. I'm kind of getting a little lost here. 0, 1, 1, 0, 2, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, and then I never got to 3. Wait. 1 set, 2 set. Change that. Oh God, I think someone commented. Yes, Lisa, so complicated. Basically, I'm trying to create positions because I want to create this grid. So this should actually be 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, actually I think I even did that wrong. Technically this is 0. It's like I hate myself. I mean, it's not even hard to erase, so let me just do that real quick. Woo! Erase that, erase this, erase that. Alright, so 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. So I'm trying to create this grid system in just code, and then when I get this, then I can assign these other values too, which is going to be really awesome. Alright, cool. So 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. Cool. So now since I've created the initial array, what I can do is I can actually color code these bad boys. Let me make sure I'm doing this the way I want to do it. Yeah, this is fine. So this is all x. I'm going to make this cyan. And this is where I initiate my values. Initiate values, which I'm not even really doing all that much. And then check position. And then this is all cyan. This is all about the cyan. So I just want to make sure before I move forward, I am very tedious to make sure that all of my events here, or all of my states, make sense. So states I have here, galaxy position, check x position. So I come here, I start, I set my position, so 0, 0, 0. I grab from that x and that y, the x and the y coordinates, and since I'm doing things in 3D, I'm also going to keep this value of 0 there, so everything's consistently on the 0 axis. And then I'm setting it to my array, so I say set 0, 0, 0 to my array. Cool. Then here I check, are we at 2 yet? Are we at the end of the row? Are we at the end of the row? If we aren't, then we should continue. So adds next column, technically. Oh, sorry, sets position. And then this adds row, which I think that actually makes sense. Okay, cool. Cool, sweet, swag. Galaxy has been created. Oh, I spelled created wrong. Created. Okay, cool. So now I'm gonna actually add another guy, and I'm gonna actually put it right here. So I really want to make sure that let's see how I'm doing this. Yeah, cool. Trying to have good organization here. So when I add row and when I start, I always kind of come here. I actually technically could start here, but later on I might want to break off to make things a little bit simpler for myself. And I can even do something like use this as my cycle and then have it ping galaxy, okay? And I'm going to create a new event called ping galaxy. Make sure I'm doing this right. So what I'm basically doing is I have this loop. So I start this loop and then the loop ends and it goes here. So I create all the planet positions and then or galaxy positions and then I go here. So what I want to do is I want to stop here and it's going to say, okay, I want to ping the galaxy. So I want to see what else is in the galaxy. So I was just creating the positions. So green was positions, so I can even do this. So cyan is galaxy position. Purple is galaxy container. So what's contained in the galaxy? So I haven't added anything yet, but I want to make sure that this stops the loop, pings the galaxy, and then when the galaxy's done, it goes back to next. So if I hit play, it should go through this entire thing and then go back to the galaxy. Cool. Nope. Looks like it stops. Why does it stop? So I'm gonna actually call pause galaxy position. I'm gonna make resume galaxy position. Sometimes I like to use more literal verbiage. So I'm saying pause when it comes here, and then when this is done, resume. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay. It either worked or it broke. Yep, it broke. Okay, no problem. I'm gonna actually do kind of this part later because I'm obviously effing it up. I'm effing it up, guys. So I'll just put all my variables in here. Build string. So if we remember down here, I was creating the number of planets. So let's see how this looks. To actually make it make sense. Don't need this. So I said 3, 2, 1, or 1, 2, 3. So either there can be 1 planet, 2 planet, or 3 planets, and I have that and the position of the galaxy as galaxy info. So the position of the galaxy, if we look, has been used 4 times. Where has it been used 4 times? I'm not quite sure. So what I want to do is I want to find out how many number of planets there are per, or how many number of planets on each galaxy. So I want to grab that vector 3 to string. What? To string. Oh my god, killing me. Can I not convert a vector 3 into a string? Okay. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Let us see. Let us see. Vector 3 to string. Please, somebody. Yes. I tween move No. Vector 3 to string. Yes. Oh, we already have a little red flag down here. Unity, don't be mad. Don't be mad, Unity. Alright, cool. So now, to string. So I have my vector 3 to string. Ooh. I can use and choose a format, which is actually really cool. I'm going to call this galaxy position. It's really cool. Float conversion. Okay. Position of galaxy. So the position of my galaxy, I'm going to put up here. So the first one is going to be 0, 0, 0, and then it has a random number of planets. And then I'm building that into a string, and then that string is in that array. So all this probably doesn't make any sense, but I'm going to play this and show you guys what happens. Show me what you've got. Okay, cool. So first thing that's really important to note is that my galaxy finished creating. So everything went fluidly, which is cool. Now, the position of my galaxy, 220, which is the last that we looked at. Let's see that string array. And oh yeah, so 2 is the number of planets. So now, since I see these galaxy positions, which is pretty freaking cool, okay? It's pretty freaking cool. I'm also going to add into my string builder. I want to add 3 elements. And of course, it resets on me because it hates me. Actually, I still want it to be position of galaxy, and I still want it to say number of planets, but I'm going to build another string, build string 2, and I'm going to say number of planets, and then I'm going to use number of planets, and number of planets, number of planets. I try to avoid using characters in code because sometimes it makes things janky, but I think it's going to be okay. So now it should say the word number of planets and then say the number of planets, and then we're going to use a separator of 2 bars. So this way it might be a little bit easier to see. Okay, cool. Swag, 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 swag. Oh yeah, that's fucking cool. Oh, sorry. I apologize for saying bad words. Okay, so this is pretty neat. So if we actually load up like a notepad or something like that, we're making some progress here. So this is what this first one looks like. So if I actually look at these, so the array, it holds that 1, and then I built it out as a string. So number of planets 1, and then the second position, galaxy position 0, 0, 0. So it's storing the information that I want it to, so then I can later reference it. So every time I want to look at the first galaxy or whatever, I can just grab it from there. Speaking of, now I'm actually going to grab a third value. So it's frustrating that this resets. Nope, 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 nope. Current galaxy. Yeah, I think that's fine. Current galaxy and number of planets and position of galaxy. Okay. And I want to also build out current galaxy, and I'm going to use current galaxy into current galaxy. So what I want to do is I want to grab float. Ooh. Okay, so what I'm about to do is a little bit savage. So So position a galaxy. Oh, nope. Current galaxy, that's right. So I want to create a value called current underscore galaxy integer. Now, are arrays usually this easy to make? Question mark? I don't know. Do I want to add my current galaxy here? So I'm at 0, I set the position, and then I say boom. I think I want to add my current galaxy right here. Because I still want to start off at 0. So, let's look at that. So I'm building out this array. Current galaxy, oh, this is so awesome. So now I'm at current galaxy 1, so if I looked at current galaxy 2, it tells me on each galaxy what's in there. So this is pretty cool. So this is just text format, but if you imagine down here, we have the actual current galaxy. So this is current galaxy, oops, so this would be galaxy 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because it's not 9 because we're starting off at a 0-based array, which I think is really important to note. All right. Why does Facebook only show me half of the stuff that's commenting? And I apologize to those who aren't receiving my. Lisa, did you make one comment and then delete it, and then make 2 more and then delete one of them? Craziness. Cool. All right. Well, anyway, so this is building out the galaxy, which is really awesome. So now, and it's weird that we have these 3 blank ones. Why does it start at 3 blank? Oh, because I started at 3 blank. So that's also really important. I just had that, and that didn't really make any sense. Okay, cool. And I have my 0 to 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can probably actually just look at these elements. So now if I use my level manager, and what I'm going to do this time, get array. So get random array. So what I want to do is I want to find one of my random galaxies. So, testing array string. So I'm just testing an array. So this is my test environment kind of right here. So we said it was a string. Cool. Oh, I want that to happen over here. So I'm grabbing my test array. Oh, wait. Yes. I'm just going to call testing array function. Testing array. Testing array. Get random in this string. And just for testing purposes, I'm actually just gonna. Do I want to do that? Yeah, just throw that in here for now. Testing array. So every time I hit O, I'm going to test the array, and I'm going to grab a piece of the array and see what that looks like. I'm going to lock this because I don't want to leave this page. And so my testing array is 0. So okay, so I just grab 4. So let me pull up my test array again. Test array. Let me just make sure that this isn't much longer. Oh, cool. So I pulled the 4th array. Pretty freaking exciting! Okay, I'm really excited. So if I press it again, no, of course I did in game mode. Did it grab the same one? Yeah, so it's grabbing random arrays. It's so exciting. So sad. So swag. So swag. Okay, so now since I can build out an array, and I know I can do that, it makes everything just a little bit easier. Now, we have number of planets. We don't have the position of each planet, though. Now, I'm not necessarily afraid to make my string really long. So this might seem like a really long string, but what if I added for number of planets? So if it's 3, then I should also add 3 positions for these planets and store that. So I also want to check number of planets. If 3 planets, then create 3 positions per that planet under a temp positionary value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically use a temporary vector 3 for the position for each planet. Okay? I also want to choose a random planet as well. So this is all just string information. These are just characters. Alright, so here I build array string. So since I know I'm building the array string and I'm pretty comfortable with it now, I can actually break up the planet part. So I'm going to actually take the number of planets So see, this is confusing. Number, current galaxy. And I can even make galaxy names. So I could say this is Galaxy Delta, this is Galaxy Alpha. Like I can choose from a whole bunch of different text elements to put in there and then use it later in the game. So this is all like non-graphical stuff that we're currently doing. So generate planet. So in my generate planet, I'm going to determine how many planets we want. So rather than using text, I'm now going to use an integer. Random integer. Integers are numbers. I don't want to use text value. I'm going to say 0 to 3. Actually, I'm going to start with 1 to 3. And I'm going to say, oops, oh my god, why is it breaky? Why is it breaky? Number of planets, int. So see how I used s before for string? Now I'm using int, which means I can just get rid of that. And then I can do an integer to float. Which, oh, I was like, where is it? Okay, it's right here. Number of planets to number of planets. Oh. What? Oh, no. My number of planets should be integer. Number of planets to number of planets. Integers are whole numbers. Floats can have like decimals essentially. Important that I put these in sequential order. So first, determine that number, then set that number. What? Oh my gosh, int to string. I'm such a goober. I'm such a goober. I'm kind of like, in my head, I'm on a roll, but it's really easy to accidentally make big mistakes. Number of planets, number of planets. I'm getting rid of this. So number of planets, that's floats. I don't need that. You can see it's been used 0 times. Test has also been used 0 times. I don't think we need that anymore. Okay. Alright, so before I move forward, I want to make sure I test this too. I'm going to make this blue for planet stuff. And then, so this builds the master array. This is actually, yeah, build array string. So, oh, Unity's on my other window. That's weird. Oh. Now I see Steph's smiley face from I don't know how long ago. Steph, thank you so much for smiling at me. I wish I would have seen the smiley sooner. This is what I get. I deserve this. I deserve this. It's really weird that like the interface to actually see like what people are doing is like kind of minimal. Like I can't actually see the comments. I can just see that there have been comments. Like, so 3 comments total from 2 shares. So between my personal Facebook and then this, it shares a lot of things. Anyway, so create planet. Alright, so I wanted to just test this real quick. Okay, so everything still ending, which is good. So let me just make sure to check that my... Okay, cool. So number of planets, let me make sure that they're still fairly random. Cool. So there's still 1, 2, 3, which is good. I wish I could just expand this a little bit farther. They're like a way I can just make this part just bigger. This is kind of on me. This is on me. I did this to myself. Okay, that's fine. But it's working. That's all I really care about right now. Now, I can also planet positions. Okay? So, when the planet gets generated, so I know my number of planets. So actually, check, compare int. So I want to know if my number of planets is equal to my planet counter. Counter. Number of planets counter. So I'm starting off with 0. So it comes in. Is that 0? 0. So how many planets are being made? Let's say, let's say the number's 2. So it comes over here. We're at 0 out of 2. Is it finished? Yes or no? If it's less than, let's go next. So this would be next. And planet creation. And planet cycle. I think end planet creation is much... So end galaxy creation and planet creation. So this is just like, I'm trying to use the same verbiage when I'm working on my project. This way it's easier to kind of maintain. So once when it's equal to end planet creation. I think I'm going to add my counter right here. Sometimes I just like to block separate elements off. Like add. number of planet counter. 1. Adds to number of planets created so far. Add planet. Where's add planet? Is it down here too? Okay, so I actually don't need these anymore. This is when I was like, kind of like initially starting off and testing. I don't want those. Generate planet. Yeah. So this tells me how many random planets there are, and then this, my friends, is the actual planets. So I've determined that how many planets I'm going to create. Now I'm in the process of creating the planet. Create 1 planet. Oh no, my live stream looks crazy. Oh yes, I'm pretty sure you can handle this. Does it look crazy for everyone right now? I'm seeing crazy colors. Okay, that was like a weird temporary thing. It's kind of freaking me out, but okay, cool. Excellente. All right, cool. I still don't understand why it's like. Comments? I don't understand how I don't understand Facebook. I just like want to see comments that people are leaving, but it's like it's too hard for me. All right, whatever. So all right, so as we go on, so I added to the counter, and now I'm going to. Ooh. So the vector position that this is in is going to end up being local to the parent. Let me actually first, before I do this, let me actually create a game object. Because that, I feel like that would make sense. Create galaxy game object. Before I like get like super crazy, let me just do a part that I need to do. Create empty game object. Really? Okay. So position the galaxy. So this is going to create my first galaxy. So I want to create a null object. Will that create my null object? I think so. And then I want to set name of this galaxy game object. Which should be current galaxy, possibly. Okay, let's see what this looks like. So it should create a couple galaxies over here. Oh my god, so beautiful. So you can see 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. It's pretty cool. Oh. So I have my galaxy. This is it. This is my galaxy right here, guys. They're actually very close. So you know what I can do? I can spread them apart by coming in here and ooh, dang yo. actual position. Now I'm going to do something crazy. Int compare. Add int. So this was a float that I was using before for the actual position. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a position x. So galaxy position x counter. I'm also going to create a galaxy position y counter. Okay. This will eventually be over here. Over here. So I'm making things a little bit difficult for myself, but it's going to end up making sense. So now I don't actually want to check that. I want to check compare int. I want to compare the integer. But I'm going to do the same method. I'm going to check the counter instead of the actual position, if it's 2. And if not, I'm going to add row, next, and add row. Okay. It kind of like almost feels like I'm talking to myself. I don't feel crazy. I'm not crazy. Ah. So now I'm checking the integer instead of the float. If that makes any sense for anyone. What? Why did I put 1 here? I don't think it needs to be there. Alright. So I'm going to follow the same methodology of my current galaxy. And then I'm going to change this to 300. Because I want to span out the distance between these galaxies, but I can't use that same value, so now I have to create a different value. So I have the x position, and then I have the x counter. So this should almost look identical to everything everyone's seeing, but when I have my galaxies, they're much farther apart. So 0, 50, 100. 0, 0, 0, 0, because what I didn't do is I didn't reset my x. So my x was reset here before. Check. So I had my reset y position float. So this is the actual position. Whereas, oops, set int value. For this, it's just a counter. So I should now be able to space this out since I'm using 2 different variables. Oh, so these are far. Look how far these are. Boom, 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 boom. So they all seem really close on the y-axis because they are. Because I haven't changed the y-axis yet. Now, I'm going to do the same with the y-axis. I'm also going to create a variable called distance between galaxies. The reason I'm creating that, I'm going to set it to 50, is I want to keep that the value constant. This 50 that I'm spreading out, I want to use that for both my x and my y. So now since I know that, and I'm just trying to make sure that I'm staying up on par on even what I'm doing, because this is getting a little bit confusing. I'll probably end up doing cleanup later, but my x is okay, but now my y needs to be changed. So rather than checking the y position, what I want to do, compare int. I want to do the same thing I did with my x. So I don't want to check the position. I actually want to check my Y counter. And I want to make sure my Y counter is 3. And then, ooh, so end galaxy creation, end galaxy creation, and galaxy creation, and next. So cool. So those are actually the same. So I can get rid of this. I don't need to check the position anymore. And now I want to actually do 2 things. I want to add to my counter. So int counter, int add. I'm going to add my Y counter to 1. Y counter. And then, so now since I'm checking the counter, I can change this over to the distance between the galaxies. So now what is going to end up happening is when I hit play, it'll space out all of my galaxies by 50 rather than the 1. So this is 0, 50, so 0, 0, 0, 50, 100, 0, 0, 50, 50, 50, 100, 50. And then 0, 100, 50, 100, 100, 100, which is cool. So now I actually have a pretty swag setup. Now if I wanted them closer, I can change my distance between from 50 to 20. So now it's going to bring my galaxies just 50 things closer. So they're not as far. So since I've created my actual game object galaxies, what I want to do is under each galaxy, I want to put my planets in there. Okay, cool. I apologize for how confusing this is to some. This is honestly confusing to me as well, so I don't know if that puts me in the same boat or if that just makes me crazy. So orange, creating the galaxy game object. So I'm going to use orange as my way to determine when I'm creating game objects to make it slightly easier for me to identify later on. And I'm creating up here what each item is, like the colors. So it's always really good to have excellent documentation is game object creation. Cool. And it's probably gonna be a whole other story wrapping my galaxy, because what I want to do is I want to make sure if you're going up this way, if you're going up this way, that you come back down here, so you wrap around the galaxy. So that's going to be another segment. I want to create these planets now. So I should technically create my first planet. So select game object. I actually already have a planet thingy. So I'm just going to make this 1, and I'm going to make this... Ooh, so this is tricky. I want to store the planet that I'm about to create. So for the sake of testing, so since I'm still testing, not 100% sure, I'm going to call this test current planet and geo for game object. So I've created this, or sorry, I've selected the planet that I want to use to create. Now, I'm going to create the game object. So now I know what my game object is. Okay, and then spawn point, where do I want to spawn it? So now I kind of want to actually spawn it nowhere, or I actually want to spawn it to 0, 0, 0. So I'm doing the initial creation of this test planet. I'm saying how many, I'm adding 1 planet. I've selected the game object that I want to create, and then I'm putting it in the scene. I'm putting it 0, 0, 0. Now, what I'd like to do is I also want to parent it. So I'm going to select this new test. I'm selecting this new planet that I've just added, and I want to parent it to its current galaxy. So let's double check over here. I believe I had a galaxy cat. So current galaxy. Okay? And down here I created the game object. And I'm storing that game object as galaxy. So if I'm in the first galaxy, I can actually choose that galaxy to set as a parent. I can reset the local position, and then I can give it a real position within the galaxy. So now I'm going to random vector 3, position of planet vector 3. But since it's a test, I still want to call this a test. It just makes it easier for me. So okay, so I'm using this. Now, if I want to be really fancy, which I think I do want to be fancy, random float. So it's 50. So negative 50 to 50. So this is, oops. And I'm still using test. Planet position Y. Planet position X. X position Y position. So I want to actually give this a new set. Vector 3 x, y, z. Keep that at 0. Use this test. Use this test. And what's really cool is when I change this variable later to something I feel more confident about, I can go, and it's not hard to do. It'll apply to all of these. So test position of planet. So it should choose random x and then random y. And ooh, so now I can set the position. And since I parented it to the galaxy, I can now use self as this place of reference. So this might not make a whole lot of sense right now. Test current planet and test planet position. So that's a little bit easier to see. So as long as this part doesn't break, then it should create a bunch of planets for me. So let's see what happens. Don't break, Unity. Don't break. Ooh. So definitely something bad happened here. Okay. Where did the bad happen? Where did it break? So it selected 2. If it's less than, it should have ended. And then it should have started a new number. But how did it get to 9? Does it say in here where the logs are? Data is corrupt. Why you want to be so corrupt, data? I mean, here are my galaxies. Why are they not parenting into the galaxy? Oh. Down here is where it's originally created. Okay. So I think then this technically needs to be up here. Oh, no problem. It's trying to reference a game object that wasn't real. Or not. Well, I mean, the cool thing is they're randomly, oh, no, they're all set to 0, 0, 0. Oh, wait, no, they're not. So weird. Okay, so obviously something's broken. I'm doing something wrong. That's no problem. Okay. So I'm going to hit this. So how this works is, no, I obviously have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. this. Did I do that right? Debug. Oh my gosh. Okay. Where is this even happening? Like, can I not even see like where these errors are? Like, okay. All right. So, I don't really debug that much that way. Okay. All right. No, it's okay. It's okay. Maybe I technically need a game object. So, Galaxy. Okay. Oh wait, shit. Let me actually drop this into prefabs. So I'm making this super fake thing. Alright. Maybe that's what I need to do. I need to create an actual game object because you can't parent to nothing. Maybe that's it. Nope. That's not it. Setting the parent of a tree's form which resides in a prefab is disabled to prevent data corruption. Set parent. That's kind of frustrating. Okay, so maybe I'm doing this wrong. All right. Okay. Create the planet. We add the number. We add the counter. Okay, so planet counter. Really, it's not even doing that. Really, what I want to. Oh, yeah, okay. So I'm selecting a game object from a prefab. I'm creating its position. Yeah, I'm actually creating it. Add to scene. Random planet. I'm choosing a random planet. I'm adding the planet to the scene at 0, 0, 0. I'm saying I want this planet to be part of this parent that I added here. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe this breaks it. Maybe I can get away with doing that. Nope, still pretty broken. No problem, baby, no problem. Alright. Okay. Let me ponder here. Like, why? Why doesn't it want me to set the parent? Is this it? Is this when it gets mad? Maybe that's when it gets mad. Planet position. Okay. I think it's really this parent. Why would it get mad? You know what? No problem. We're gonna go about this a different way. Can't set the parent, which kind of sucks. I don't really understand why I can't. So now, I guess I'm gonna start off with an XYZ. Okay. I'm trying to think how this would work best. So I have to get. Oh wait, actually, can I store my position down here when I create the planet? Yes, position of vector galaxy. That's right. So now I can use that. Get XYZ vector. I'm actually going to do this up here because it's kind of confusing at this point. Really? I can't do that? Okay. So the position of the galaxy I want to store the X under, wait, I already have galaxy position? Yes, I have galaxy position. So I take my test planet X position and then I add it. Float operator. now. Okay. So now I'm taking my galaxy position X and my test planet position X and then making a test planet position X. So I guess I add it. Okay. Oh my god. This is a bit much. Okay. Oh man. So I think this will actually solve my problem, but still really weird. Oh, and then I want to set with these new guy, and then set it into world because get position should be world. Alright, this is totally makes sense. Alright, this is get position for galaxy. Okay, and then set position of the planet. Okay. So I don't have to set the parent, so that's not gonna break. Okay, cool. So there should be planets everywhere. Seriously? They don't want to set these planets. Don't want to. They don't want to set themselves up for success. Did any of these do that? I mean. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna pump my brakes here, and I'm gonna do one of these guys. I'm gonna wait 2 seconds as it creates the planet. So here's my first planet. Boop. Here's my second planet. Boop. Okay, so why are these planets... Why? No. Why is this happening? Set position for my planet in world. Okay. So my partner let me know that my stuff's all jacked up, so I'm gonna end my stream. Bye guys, I'll be on Twitch in momentarily. Hey Greg.
Go boy, Coda. Hey dude, stop the Facebook stream and go on Twitch.
Okay, was it broken?